physical science, geography, ezobuchwepheshe, computer applications technology, kanye namaklasi e-learner wellness, okungukuzilolonga ngokomqondo kanye nomzimba. Lezi zifundo zethulwa nsuku zonke kusukela ngoMsombuluko kuya ngoLwesihlanu, kuqala ngehora lesi-4 kuya kwelesihlanu, u-4 kuya ku-5 ntambama, nangomgqibelo kusukela ligamanxe ihora lesi-8, 8:30, kuze kugamanxe ihora lokuqala emini, 1:30. Zithameleni futhi lezi zifundo emsakazweni Ukhozi FM njalo ngoLwesine kusukela ngo-9 kuya ku-10 ebusuku. Ningangena ekhasini lethu lika-Facebook elithi Go Digital SA_movement noma kwi-YouTube uthi Go Digital SA Foundation. Siyethemba nizolijabulela lolu hlelo oluhlose ukunifundisa futhi lulekelele kulokho enikufunda ezikoleni zenu. Luthokozeleni-ke lolu hlelo, nimeme nabo bonke abanye abafundi bebanga le-12 grade 12 ukuze nabo bazuze kulo futhi nonke nicijeleke ukuphumelela kwizivivinyo zenu zokuphela konyaka.
Morning, Sanbonani, grade 12 learners. Mrs. Bea doing English first additional language. Last week we were doing paper 2 and besienza short story, The Doll's House. We are just recapping because asizange sisiqede and then namhlanje ke sizosiqedela. Just to recap, ukhumbuzana nje. Sikhulu Doll's House. There's a doll that arrives in the Bonel home, siyakhumbula, with the girls zakhona excited to go and brag. Bezo tsagela abangani babo esikoleni ukuthi there is this doll house that has arrived ekhaya labo. And we also recapping, siyakhumbula futhi ukuthi there's a Bonel family enama girls out 3. Kuno Isabel, kuno Loti, kuno Kezia, and then bese kuba ne-Kelvis family. I-Bonel family sakhumbula again ukuthi laba ba-rich angithi la kufika khona i-Doll's House. And then they are Kelvis, laba abanomama or washerwoman ohluphekayo. And then the Kelvis, they have 2 daughters, Ulil no Elsie. And then you see siyazi futhi ukuthi ama families laba the rich ones, they were influencing their children ukuthi baba ostracize bangabamukeli laba abahluphekayo until the time ufika ibreak Isabel etshela abangani bakhe that there's a doll's house in their home, and uyena futhi decide ngoba uyibhuli ukuthi is going to come and see first. Kwaqhubeka ke istory as we did last week until the time kufika ama families ezovakasha la in the Bonel family. And then there's this little girl wakhona uKizia, or different from the other members of the family, because the first thing that she sees ayibonayo when they get inside the doll's house, she sees the lamp which is the symbol of hope, a symbol of light. So she's different from the other ones. Sakhumbula ke sigcineke istory siphela. What happened ngathi story siphela, uKizia, there were visitors in the family. Kunama visitors kade fikile ekhaya, and then bonke they are inside the house. What does she do yena? She goes outside. Tese eselapha ke gate, she sees the 2 girls laba bahlupheka, the Kelvis. Then she calls them. Uyazi ukuthi and what she's doing is wrong, because she's been advised by the parents, especially umawakhe, ukuthi they don't want the Kelvis to come inside the house. Akabafuni lezi ngane ingene, but she invites them. Sipheleke istory ke sebengenile besabuka these 2 girls nabo besathathekile seeing the doll's house, and then bathe besabuka ke kwase kuqhamuka ke auntie Beryl. Auntie Beryl is the sister to the Bonels to umama uBunel. So uBeryl mayiqhamuka, she shouts, uyamemeza kakhulu, because she doesn't want the Calvis ukuthi zingene la zizobuka iDoll's House. And then what she does, masiphela istory, masikhumbula kahle last week, sithi siphele ebakhipha ethi they need to get out of the gate. Wabakhipha baphuma. All right. Ngenkathi abakhipha bephuma, let's look at the tone. The tone of the tone of the passage, the tone and the mood. It is the Doll's House, the tone and the mood, the Doll's House. When you talk about tone, yini tone? When you talk about the tone and the mood, tone ikhuluma nge-quality in the voice. Kushuthi ikhuluma nge-quality in the voice, ukuthi ukhuluma kanjani, quality in the voice, how you speak, quality in the voice to express the speaker's feeling, the quality in the voice to express the feeling, to express the speaker's feeling, ukuthi how is the speaker feeling at that time. Itone, injani itone la? Ngithe sokhuluma ngetone qala siyaza kwi-mood. Injani itone? Itone la angithi la equality, say equality in the voice to express the speaker's feeling. Right. Itone la is very mean. One, itone is very mean. Something that is mean is something that is cruel. It's mean, it is cruel. It's cruel, it is harsh. It is very harsh. Yabona mayingena auntie Beryl ethi Kizia emmemeza, she's shouting. That is very harsh. Kubhlungu umemeza kabuhlungu because prejudiced. Akazifuni lezi ngane inside the house. It is also scornful. Mom scorna umuntu, it is scornful as well. When you scorn somebody usuke ubhuqa. Ngizosho kanjalo, uyambhuqa uyamhleka, it is scornful. In other words, she is making these little girls feel ukuthi yay, you are not welcome into the house. And she even shushes them out when you keep her like chickens. When you shushing the chickens out of the house, I can imagine to make sure they just go outside the gate. And then in mood, when you talk about the tone and the mood, in mood, injani in mood la. What is the mood? In mood is how you feel, the way you feel. When you talk about the mood, when you talk about the tone and the mood is the way that you feel, the way you feel at that particular time. At a particular time. Injani ke mood of this short story. We can say, singathini, injani mood yale story, ususifundile, usuzwile ngazo. When, how do you feel? I would say mina, angazi ke when, how you feel. Lana amam feelings abantu awafani. Mina, I would say, mood yala is sad. Iyadabukisa. Because these little kids, they didn't choose. So you can choose friends, but you can never choose a family. Ungaba choose abangani, but if family yako is your family. So being treated like this as the Calvis, just because the mother is a washerwoman and ubaba is a jailbird, so they have to be ill-treated. They are not human beings. But again, so they feel discriminated, which is unfair because they are nababai choose elanga ukuthi bazaleke kule family. So I would say it is sad, imudi. Injani food, it is very cold. There is no warmth towards this Calvis family. Wonke umuntu nje avoids them. Nabo futhi they even feel inferior. You remember we story magui break. These rich kids, they eat Martin sandwiches and and then laba badlan, they eat ama jam sandwiches. and agoqwe ngani Nkosi yami nalawo ma-jam sandwiches agoqwe ngo-newspaper. Uyabona ukuthi that is how they are treated, and it's cold nje. I would say mood is very cold. And it's also, when you read the story, you feel sympathy. You get into their shoes. It is sympathetic. In other words, you can step in their shoes. Ubone ukuthi these kids bakhuleka buhlungu kanjani. And it's also kunjalo, said injalo, cold injalo, but sympathetic injalo. It's also desperate. Umuntu mase desperate wenza noma yini. It's also desperate. Lezi ngane is not because zingathandi nazo to go and see the doll's house, but they know deep down inside their hearts ukuthi they are not allowed. Baze batshelwa futhi. Even Mrs. Bunel, mawukhumbula kahle story, she went to the mother, to Mrs. Calvis, and told her ukuthi la, never allow your kids to talk to my kids. In other words, nje kune barrier line akhulunyiswana because iclass yethu ayilingani. How cruel is that? Kune point of desperation ukuthi these kids now but desperate, but what can they do? They have to accept isimo as is. But kunjalo futhi kune element ye hope, optimism. Usingasho futhi ukuthi mood is optimistic. Angithi khona pessimistic and optimistic. Umuntu pessimistic umuntu ohlala ebona nje izinto always on the dark side. Akayiboni nje into right. Yonke into nje kodwa mina Nkosami ngoba njani hlala ebalisi. But umuntu optimistic, umuntu othi look beyond. She sees or he sees hope beyond the situation. My situations are fun. Sometimes you are up, sometimes you are down, but kuyashintsha. But lana kune mood ye optimism. Sibona kuphi le mood optimism when you look at the lamp. The lamp represent optimism la, because lamp iletha in, lamp brings light, iletha ukukhanya. Obana abawu-2 abadlala le role. It is the 2 girls, ubani Ukhozi kanye nobani no little Elsie. Ukhozi, we remember these 2 are the youngest in the families. Ukhozi is the youngest ka Brunel. Elsie is the youngest ka Kelvis. So bobabili bayenza mood optimistic, because when the doll's house arrives, endlini bengena the girls, the first thing Ukhozi I notice is the lamp. Lamp is a symbol of light, is a symbol of hope, and to show that uyaqhubeka ukuthi yena whatever the parents have told her is not too rebellious, but akayiboni into wrong. She is innocent, she's still a child. She doesn't see why, she cannot understand why these other girls, the little girls, are not allowed to come inside and see the doll's house. Uyazama ukuthi and she's so different from the others, because ngesikhathi kufika ma-visitors engena la endlini, yena she goes outside, and then uthe mayingaphandle she sees the 2 girls, she calls them inside, come and see, because ayabona into wrong. There is optimism lapho, there is future. And then also singasho futhi ukuthi tone ne mood, the tone, and because we're dealing with the tone and the mood, we can say it is hopeful. It is hopeful. Yini hope? Hope ithemba. It is hopeful. Kanjani? Because Ukhozi beno Elsie, they both notice the lamp, the light, which is a symbol of hope. Light is a symbol of hope. So you can say the mood is hopeful. Kwenzekani lana? When she invites the Calvis inside, Ukhozi, what is she doing? She invites them because she sees beyond. Yena mayibheka lezi ngane akayiboni zi different from them. She sees beyond. Ubheka yena ngaphezulu ukuthi she sees beyond their differences or their class. She sees beyond their class difference. Akanandaba ukuthi yena she is rich, they are poor. She sees beyond their class difference. The fact that she invites them, she calls them inside the house. So akanandaba ubabona belingana. So we can say tone and mood la, it is hopeful. Okay, because uyababiza uthi abangene endlini bazobona idoll's house. All right. I guess bheke la a short activity. Kesibona ukuthi usually njoba iphepha lakho lu 70 marks. Good, but they give you ama extracts. I-extract ke kusuke kuyi-passage ebhaliwe, and then there are questions that follow where you have to respond to that passage. All right, right. I guess bheke la. I will read the extract. It doesn't matter. It is Kizia. She went outside and she says, it doesn't matter. You can come and see our doll's house all the same. Come on. About the fact that she says, come on. We are babiza, because these two are reluctant. Because they know they are not allowed to get into this house. They are reluctant. No, she says, no, come on. Nobody is looking. Why does she say nobody is looking? Because Uyaz, what she's doing is wrong. But Haranandab, and it's Tony, stay hopeful. She sees beyond their class difference. But Ulil is the older one. Lil shook her head still harder. Ulil was gash amaza wachalo makut. Yay, anivumilegile ukungena phakathi kwale yandlu. And then she asked, don't you want to? Anfunungen. Of course they do want to get inside, but they are afraid. Okay, don't you want to? Ask Kizia. Suddenly, there was a twitch, a tug at Lil's skirt. Ubani no don'ta iskirt Lil. Obviously, Elsie, because she's always walking behind. Uhlale bambelele emphethweni wengubo kasiswakhe. There was a twitch, a tug at Lil's skirt. Shuthi uyamdonsa. And this action ayenzayo njengoba emdonsa nje. What does it show to you as the reader? Iyakhombisa ukuthi she is inquisitive. Siyazi wonke umuntu inquisitive. Inquisitive uyathanda ukubona izinto. She is inquisitive. She also her interest has been provoked because kade muzwa uIsabel echaza lapho ukuthi njani noma bebengasondela eduze because they were eavesdropping. Bebelalele bekude, but I'm sure uIsabel ngeke echaza she was speaking in high tones because ufuna bezwe vele, and she wants them to feel inferior. Bayezwe kodwa futhi uyazi ukuthi they are not allowed. Ngeke baze bazongena la endlini. So uyazi ukuthi they are not allowed. That is why she says she is reluctant and she is shaking her head. She turned around. Our S was looking at her with big imploring eyes. She was frowning. She wanted to go. Okay. Utenge kathemdonsa usiswakhe la at the hem uyaphenduka uyambuka. And then what does she see? Kuma eyes kasiswakhe. She sees these big imploring eyes. She was frowning. She wanted to go. Angithi lana sesibona Odesit. Elsie has always been following. Akasho lutho akakhulumi. Uhlale ethulele. Ikho nje akuye kuthiwa our little Elsie ngoba akasho lutho. But now for the first time she ukhombisa Odesit. She is uyambuka usiswakhe and she's frowning, and usiswakhe can see facial expression ukuthi little one wants to go inside. Now she is torn between the two. Siyangena asingeni. Uyamdabukela usiswakhe. Akazi noma benze. For a moment, Lil looked at our Elsie very doubtfully. Uyambuka, uyadoubt. Do we go in? But if we go in, we are trespassing. When siyazi ukuthi sizopanisha uma usitshele kahle. But ke Nkosiyami, this little one wants to go. So she's torn between the two. Akazi noma bangene noma bangene. But then ngekathi ese torn between the two, not knowing whether uyangena or akangeni. But then aqhubeka else. Our Elsie twitched her skirt again. Uyamdonsa futhi. Ukhombisana la ukuthi hayibo. ngiyafuna mina asingene. And uqeda lapho akamlindi, she started forward. What does that mean? Uvele waqhubeka akasabambelele manje sketini. Uyabona manje she is taking action. She's out of the closet. Akasalokho lo muntu othule. She moves forward. She started forward. What does that mean? Uyaqhubeka, uyahamba, uyamshiya lo usisi wakho omdala lo kade mbambe ngegate. And then uyabona ukhizi ukuthi okay nange ngilandela uElsie. Uyabona ke manje these two, the little ones, uKhizia ngala so uElsie emva kwakhe. Khizia led the way. Leading the way to where? Leading the way to get inside the doll's house. And then there's a simile there. Isimile angithi siyazi ukuthi ukufanisa. Isimile ithi like two little stray cats. They followed across the courtyard to where the doll's house stood. Like little stray cats. A stray cat ikat elidukile. Elahlekelwe ikhaya aliboni ukuthi lishonaphi. So now they are like stray cats because they are where they are not supposed to be. Bayazi futhi ukuthi they are trespassing. It's called trespassing. Abafanele bangene la. But what can they do? Because nabo they are inquisitive. They want to see. Bafuna uku-experience lento experience yilezi ezinye ingane ekade ziyobona la phakathi. Okay. There it is, said Khizia. Uyabakhombisa, she's shouting. There it is. There's excitement, there's optimism, there's hope in her voice. And then there was a pause. Why a pause? A pause because the girls are mesmerized. It's the doll's house. It's so beautiful to them that it's breathtaking. They cannot even hold their breath. That's why there's a pause. Lil breathed loudly. Ulil phefumula kakhulu uthukile. Almost noted. Our else was still as a stone. There is another simile there. She's as still as a stone. So angithi kade ehamba emlandela. So the minute educated, there it is. There was a pause. Wama no Elsie. And she was as still as stone. Wama ubuka lobu buhle bale doll's house. And then Khizia, she's uyangena, I'll open it for you, said Khizia kindly. She undid the hook and they looked inside. Uyambona lo girl, she goes inside, she undid the hook, uyavula. Siyabachazela. There's the drawing room and the dining room. Drawing room is the lounge. And that's there. Utesa chaza ukuthi nayi drawing room, nansi lounge, nayi dining room. Tesa chaza. I'm sure la njobethi that's there. Bese kuba ne hyphen. Wayizosho ukuthi there's the qedela. Ucabanga wayibona ini? Wayibona the lamp. Ilamp le attractile ngempela ngenkathi ngena la. And then uthenga kaqedeli. Then there's a shout outside. Khizia! Ubalo memezana, uBeryl, auntie. Oh, what a start they gave. A start is to be shocked. Bayathuka. Oh, what a start they gave. They were frightened. And then auntie shouts again. Khizia! And then this time there's an exclamation mark who show with angry. Yini emenza be angry auntie Beryl? Because uyabona ukuthi la inside their yard sengene ama trespassers, the Kelvies, the kids that are not supposed to be inside. It was Aunt Beryl's voice. They turned round. At the back door stood Auntie Beryl, staring as if she couldn't believe what she saw. Uyabagqolozela uyathuka ukuthi how did these kids get inside this house because they are not allowed? And uyazi ukuthi umuntu obavulele ubani is the little one Khizia. She goes on and scolds her. Uyamthethisa. And she says, how dare you ask the little Kelvies into the courtyard? Which is in other words, yindaba ongalaleli. How dare you? Umuntu mayithi how dare? usuke ecasukile lo muntu, how dare, ukwenza kanjani? How dare you ask the little Kelvin into the courtyard? Said her cold, Sitei tone is cold, you remember? Said her cold, furious voice. The voice is cold and it's also furious. She is very angry. These kids are inside. And then she says, and now she and then she turns. She's looking at the Calvin's kids and she says, you know as well as I do, you are not allowed to talk to them. Uyazi nawe Kelvin ukuthi awufanele ukhuluma nalezi ingane. Wawutshela uma wakhe. Then she goes to the kids and she says, run away children. Run away at once. In other words, ungathi ukubani moxoshinja egcekeni. Run away children. Run away at once. Phumani. In other words, ngathi usiyababamba nangezandla. Phumani, get out of the gate. Get out of this house. She says, run away children. Run away at once and don't come back again. Said Auntie Beryl. Ningaphinde nibeke. It says thini ngesizulu imqondo yakho noma ungenayo ungaphinde ubeke umqondo wakho la. She says don't come back again, said Aunt Beryl. And she stepped into the yard and shoot them out as if they were chickens. As if they were chickens. That is another simile. Bafaniswa neenkukhu ezikhishwa endlini. She shoot them away. She said, don't come back again. Ningaphinde nibuyela. And then she shushes them out as if they were chickens. Engathi bayinkukhu. How cruel, how cold is this? Especially to the little kids that are innocent, that don't know anything. Because bona benzanga lutho. And it's not their fault ukuthi enebaphuwa. But again, what can they do? Okay. When you tackle the questions, be careful ukuthi uphendula answer into ebuziwe. Ma trust two reasons. Bhala lo ma two reasons. And usually bayathi refer to mhlawumbe line 1, refer to paragraph. So mabethi refer to uyazi ukuthi answer uzoyithola la. Mabethi stay to, mabethi quote, uyazi ukuthi mabethi quote, you have to use the quotation marks. You get a mark for doing that. Okay, let's look at the questions. My questions eyokuqala ithi, state 2 reasons why the Calvin's girls are not allowed to mix with the other children in the community. Why? Why bengavunyelwa? Why are they not allowed ukuthi ba mix? Siyayazi aunt. Eyokuqala ukuthini? Ukuthi they are poor. Nangithi they are from a poor family. Their mother is a washerwoman. And ubaba wabo ubizwa ngani ngejailbird. So in other words, they are from a low class. They don't fit la. Bona they are from a low class. Laba abanye, they are from a higher class. So any of the two, we can say they are poor. We can also say they are discriminated against because of their social class. Ama-class awalingani. They are from low class. They were born of a washerwoman and a jailbird. Any of those is correct. And then bese refer to line 1. Uthini line 1? Refer to line 1. It doesn't matter. Nobody is looking. It doesn't matter. You can come and see our doll's house all the same. Come on, nobody's looking. Line 1. Ukuluma bala. Ukuluma ukizia. But iti question, refer to line 1. Using your own words. Mabet use your own words. Don't quote verbally from the passage. Zama ukusebenzisa your own words. And mention 2 character traits that are revealed about Kezia in this line. Imaphi lama character traits akhonjiswa uKezia in this line. You can say usebenzisa your own words, you can say she's innocent. Who innocent, Ukhozi? You can also say she is kind, because yena akaboni la bantu be different from yena. She is kind because we are vulgate. She is warm-hearted. She is also sympathetic. Uyayidambukela lezi ngane ukuthi ngempela why are they treated like this? So yena she plays a role of being different. All right. Let's go to question 3. Question 3 would refer to line 5 to 8. Let's look at line 5 to 8. It says, our Elsie was looking at her with big, imploring eyes. She was frowning. She wanted to go. For a moment, Lil looked at our Elsie very doubtfully. But then, our Elsie twitched her skirt again. She started forward. Okay, let's look at the question. Refer to lines 5 to 8. It's a question. Why does the writer keep on referring to Elsie as our Elsie? And our Elsie is in inverted commas. Why does the writer keep referring to Elsie as our Elsie? Why our Elsie? Because from the beginning of the story until beze befika lapha ku-Kelvy's house, now when she ekhombisa ukuthi nayo she can do something when she moves forward for siswakhe with imploring eyes because ufuna ukungena, but all the time kade lokhu ebambelele twitching her sister's skirt, holding on her hem, ebambelele la imphethweni wengubo. But kuthiwa ke lana ke, why does the writer keep on referring to her as our Elsie? Why embiza ngo our Elsie and our Elsie is in inverted commas? Why? Because she is insecure. Akekho happy. Insecure. More insecure awuzazi noma fanele ngihleke, noma fanele ngikhale, noma fanele ngenzeni. Sonke isikhathi nje awuzazi ukuthi umephi. Our Elsie is always insecure. Yini ekhombisa she's always insecure? Because she's always walking behind uLili. Uhlale njalo ehamba emva kwasiswakhe. She and then mombheka mhlambe nje noma singamazi, but you can imagine ukuthi mhlambe uyingane enjani. Mhlambe she is frail, into fragile, into encanyana, she's a sorry sight, into pitiful, into mawuthi uyibuka nje ubone ngathi iyadabukisa because iyabona nje ukuthi mina emhlabeni angamukelekile. Okay, bese bethi ke refer to lines 16 to 20. Let's look at lines 16 to 20. It says, line 16 to 20, it says, refer to lines 16 to 20. Oh, what a start. And then kubeke into the courtyard. Oh, what a start they gave. It's ngesikhathi auntie Beryl ebamemeza shouting at them. Oh, what a start. No. Oh, what a start. Ngesikhathi befika lapha bebuka doll's house, they were shocked. Kwathuthuleka bebuka this beautiful house akade belokhu bezwa kukhulunywa ngayo with the other kids. So oh, what a start they gave. Basathukile. Okay, ithi question referring to lines 16 to 20. But discuss, identify okokuqala and discuss the theme evident in these lines. Okay, the theme in the gate. So this question is 3 marks. Okay, refer to line 16 to 20. You identify and discuss the theme. I-theme lana siyazi ukuthi it's a class distinction. There's a social class distinction. There are rich people and there are poor people. Prejudice ukuthi tina we don't mix with these because tina singcono kunabo. Okay. Base bethi-ke uyayi-identify ngithi okokuqala. And then after you have identified it, you have to discuss the theme evident in this line. We are discussing, I would say there is a class distinction, it's prejudice. And how to explain that? Kanjan. One, the Calvis are treated as dead. Umuntu make treated njengezibi. Ulo muntu usuyengenandaba now, uyazi ukuthi you are inferior to him or to her because of their social class. They are treated as dead because of their social class. We can say they are discriminated against. Akekho umuntu who wants to associate with them. Akekho umuntu ofuna ukuhlangana nabo. No one cares about their feelings. Ukuthi how do they feel? Akekho umuntu onendaba. Abafeel ukuthi vele bayahlupheka and we don't care. Asizange thina scared ukuthi abahlupheke, which is very unfair. And also they are humiliated. Benziwa bafile. They are humiliated and not treated as human beings. Akekho umuntu obaphatha njengabantu abaphilayo. It's like nje they are just things. Kanti ke phela nabo they are human. Right. Bese kuthiwa ke question number 5. Uthi refer to line 23. Line 23 ila auntie Beryl engena. To line 23. Shoot them out as if they were chickens. Said Auntie Beryl, and she stepped into the yard and shooed them out as if they were chickens. All right. The question is it identify the figure of speech in these lines. Yini figure of speech la? It is a simile. Lezi ngane, they are likened. Bafaniswe neenkukhu. Yabona inkukhu uyikhipha endlini. So it is a simile. But identify the figure of speech. Okay, you get a mark for that, 1 mark. Base kuthi ku-B, ithi question yakhona. What does this figure of speech suggest about the way the Kelvin children are treated by the community? Okay. Le simile la lebefaniswa khona neenkukhu ekhishwa endlini. Ithi question. What does this suggest about the way the Kelvin children are treated by the community? Bathithwa kanjani as a community? Ukhombisa la ukuthi Auntie Beryl nje the way she is acting, it shows ukuthini. It shows ukuthi i-community has no respect. Ayibahloniphi laba bantu as human beings. The community has no respect for the Kelvis okokuqala lokho. And it also has no respect or they don't even care about their feelings or their humanity and dignity. They're not treated as human beings for their dignity. Baze bafaniswe nani neenkukhu nje uyayikhwibiza uthi get out uyayikhipha. So they have been reduced. They've been reduced to from being human to being chickens. Bafaniswe neenkukhu la ukuthi inkukhu you can just shush it out of the house nje ungabi nandaba. It's like they are not human. You understand? Okay. Bese bethi ke B number 6 uthi in your opinion laba funi opinion yakho. Once I have to remind you grade 12 ukuthi once but in your opinion opinion if you question ngaba essay ngamini kungaba poem kungaba whatever mabethi nje in your opinion or kungaba a passage from the comprehension. Once but in your opinion there is no right and there is no wrong answer. As long as wena mosuphendulile you are going to be able to support whatever you have said. Ithi question now. In your opinion, what symbolic evidence is revealed in the play that there is hope that things might change in the Mansfield community? i-symbolic evidence. Yiphi symbolic evidence nge-opinion yakho oyibonayo la ukuthi there is hope, kunethemba, there is hope beyond the things that might change in the Mansfield community. Okay. Ungayiphendula kanjani le question mawusebenzisa your own opinion? You can say as long as uzo provider i-response yakho uyi-support. You can say Ukhozi okokuqala nje uvula igate, she opens the gate for Elsie and Lil to come and see the doll's house. It symbolizes the possibility of equal opportunities amongst the Mansfield community. The Mansfield community, there is a social class difference, there is prejudice. But when Ukhozi opens the gate, ukhombisana, what is she showing? She's showing ukuthi kune possibility yokuthini, there is a possibility of equal opportunities, ukuthi in as much as kunama social class differences, but abantu can live as equal beings. Kufana nokuthi bayafana. The fact that she opens a house gate, bona be rich, and opening the house to the poor kids, it shows ukuthi ama class differences, you can overlook them. Okay, yini futhi enye ongayisho la opinion yakho? You can highlight a point ye light, ye lamp that is inside the doll's house. Ungathini ngayo nje, for instance, you can say the lamp inside the doll's house is symbolizing. It symbolizes a ray of hope. There is a ray of hope. Kuthiwa every cloud has a silver lining. Kushuthi if there is a ray of hope, kushuthi ngelinye ilanga mhlambe izinto zingashintsha. It symbolizes a ray of hope that things might, yabona lo might, it might not. Things might change someday. Mhlambe ngelinye ilanga abantu bangahlala ngokuzwana, ngokulingana, kungabikho ukuthi lo munye uyacwasa, lo munye ungcono, lo munye unjani. Okay, that is your opinion. Okunye futhi ongakusho, ungasho ukuthi ene Ukhozi abenolili, angithi they are the youngest, and probably they are the people that are attracted to this lamp inside the doll's house. You can also say ukuthi they are both fascinated. Ukhozi nje the only thing that she saw, noma wayibona zonke ezinye izinto eziphakathi in the doll's house, but what fascinated her, into yamenza waba attracted more, was this lamp. And Lil, I mean Elsie, when she gets in, now she's also fascinated. Sibona ngani she's fascinated by the lamp. Uthe egcineni, for the first time, when the story finishes, for the very first time, she speaks. She has not been speaking all along, but for the first time she speaks, and I saw the lamp. So kushuthi, and for the first time simuzwa khuluma, for the first time siyamuzwa ukuthi hayi naye uyaphila. And bobabili they are fascinated, and she says, I saw the lamp. We see her being open for the first time. So ungasho ukuthi both Ukhozi and Lil, they are fascinated by the lamp. As young children, angithi bancane boy too, as young children growing up in this community, they have hope. Abantu abancane abafana nabantu abadala. Abantu abancane, the way they see things, afana nabantu abadala, and ababoni why there are social class differences and all. So they have hope that things will eventually change for the better. Ukuthi ngelinye ilanga izinto, they will change for the better. We have to live a life yokuba optimistic, in as much as we see things happen. Ingasekho ku story like njoba sisi doll's house, but life as a whole. When you look at life, try sonke isikhathi. As grade 12, we are going through difficult times. Njengamanje there is this COVID-19, amaklasi nani kuyaphindela esikoleni akusaphindela, but we have to be optimistic ukuthi okay, this is the phase engikuyona njengamanje, but le phase injani izodlula. Nothing lasts forever. Be optimistic. Look at the bright. When you're optimistic, you look at the bright side of things. Awulokhu ubheka izinto ezibuhlungu nezimbi ngaso sonke isikhathi. You are optimistic. You look at the bright side. Ukuthi hayi ngizobhala umatric wami ngizopasa, and ngelinye ilanga I'll be telling my children and grandchildren ukuthi this is what happened during my year of doing grade 12 ngiyalinganisa. So nalana, these two kids nabo futhi they hope that things will eventually change, not for the worse, but for the best, for the better. Yeah, thank you so much, grade 12, for today. We hope, or I hope, kukhona sikufundile. Then next time sizobonana futhi again, same time, same place. Siyabonga.
Siyathemba nifunde kahle nasithokozela isifundo sethu sanamhlanje. Enisethulelwe ngezilokotho ezinhle Ithala libambisene neGo Digital SA Foundation. Thamelani ke futhi esilandelayo ngesikhathi sifanayo. Ningakhohlwa ukumema nabanye abafundi bebanga le-12 ukuze nabo basizakale kulolu hlelo. Uma ninemibuzo noma nifisa ukuxhumana nathi, ningasithinta ngokufaka imibuzo yenu kwinombolo yethu ye-WhatsApp ethi 068 151 1072. Mfundi, ungakhohlwa ukubhala isifundo obuza ngaso ngaphambi kokubhala umbuzo wakho. Angiyiphinde inamba yethu 068 151 1072. Siyabonga.